No matter which sports here, we got it covered. Subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Sports to the bone family. Blessings, 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 my viewers and subscribers. So we meet again. Yes, my peeps, another Sunday evening. We are here to have our usual discussions. Quite a few things to talk about in this one. Boy, I can just imagine most of you guys, you are probably feeling down after witnessing West Indies losing the second test match yesterday. We weren't able to even push, one out of the two matches to the final day. But it is what it is, my peeps. The first test match, it could have gone, it could have went either way. We lost inside 3 days, but that's the first one. The second one, some really, really poor batting display again. So we're going to break down the series in its entirety. After the first test, we had looked at that game. This is the first time that we are meeting on the live since the second test, right? So just going to spend some time, talk to you guys about that. I will be reading your comments as per usual. So, the comment section is open. You can go ahead and spew your emotions as it relates to how you're feeling where that series is concerned. You know how we do it over here, though? We have civilized conversations, civilized discussion. We don't behave as if we are. I don't want to say we don't have any sense, but we have discussions without insulting people certain ways. So the comment section is going to be open throughout the time that we are going to be on, and I'll do my best to read all the comments. I'll do my best to read carefully all of what you guys are saying. So we're going to talk about the final test, the series on a whole, because we're going to talk about the ODI series coming up. Quite a few other things that we have to talk about. A couple of other test matches going on. We see Virat Kohli getting another century. We're going to take a look at that one. Usman Khawaja getting a magnificent century. And, couple of things to talk about. Some football also. Track and field is back. We see the Jamaican athletes, preparing for Carifta. We have high school kids, high school boys running 10.3 and 10.1 and them sort of thing. So it's looking interesting. Definitely looking interesting. So those are all the things that we're going to be touching on in this video. So just a quick reminder, as you come on, just go ahead and like the video or like up the live. You can share it if you know how to share it. So those who are not aware that we are live can they can probably pick it up. No, the timing thing has changed. So I am sticking with the 6 o'clock here. But if you are joining me from certain parts of the world, it might be 5 o'clock where you are at. But you know how we do it. So still going to come on and talk. All right. So the comment section is open as of now. You can go ahead and start letting me know what you have what you have to say about that final test match that we lost against South Africa. Definitely gonna have to single the batsmen out, in this one. We could have had better bowling where bowling, but generally speaking, the batsmen really let us down. Now, in terms of the bowlers, both test matches, the first two sessions in each game. The first two sessions of the first day in each game. That is where the bowlers basically gave it away, if you want to put it that way. You understand? Bowlers basically gave it away for us, but they pulled it back in the latter part of first innings and latter part of second innings. So, we can understand that not all the time the bowlers are going to be on point. Same thing with the batsmen, but right throughout the test match, the batsmen were not on point any at all. No, I don't want it to seem as if, I don't want it to seem as if I am pretending to be a genius after the fact. I am sure few people will say the same thing, but a couple of people that were selected in the team, I'm not too sure of the role or the roles that they were selected to play, because we see people get selected as batsmen that you would expect them to bat and then give you a couple of overs. They did nothing with bat, nothing with ball, and thing, so I'm not saying that we should have crushed South Africa, but they were there for the taking. They were there for the taking. And as I always say, we probably need to select the team with specialist players. 5 specialist batsmen, your all-rounder, your wicketkeeper, and your bowlers. But we are probably in a situation where the all-rounders outperform the specialists in the tour, in the regional, so they have to just work with them. So that is just a little opening remark. I have quite a few more things to say, but it's not all about me just coming on and yapping. So I'm going to start reading the comment sections. The comment section, so you guys can keep them coming in. Crick Lover say, evening sports to the bone. Greetings. Glad to see the allergies are gone. Yeah, man, kind of doing a little better. Funny enough, some people thought I was joking last week because Manchester United, they thought because Manchester United lost 7-0 to Liverpool, but no, man, the pollen thing, it started high last week and the week before. And as you know, teaching PE outside, it really started to affect me. But, we conquer it by using certain methods and things. So we're up and running again now, man. Who is opening for the ODI? Boy, that's a good question. We're gonna look at the ODI squad shortly, and then we can probably tackle that and see who. All right, Chase is waste of time. Cornwall better. What happened to world-class Reefer? Choked in this series. I'm not too sure who gave him that name, world-class. I think you're being sarcastic, but he's not the only one that choked. Well, I don't want to say choke. He's not the only one that failed. He actually got a half century, if I'm not mistaken. So I won't single him out alone. Most of the batsmen failed in the series. Tasia and Shandopar failed. Brathwaite failed. Reefer failed. Blackwood, well, they said Chase is a batsman. Chase, you understand? So the batsmen just didn't have a good series. They didn't have a good series at all. You understand? I know people going to talk about who just came into the team, who is inexperienced, who is this, who is that. A failed series is a failed series. Doesn't matter if you are a seasoned veteran, if you are an inexperienced player. A failed series is a failed series. How you go about picking the player up now is different. You understand? You're probably going to have to grade each player differently. But a failed series is a failed series. So it doesn't matter where a man is in his career. The performances that we saw from the batsmen, weren't good. I'm very concerned about Chase as a cricketer. Disappointed in Craig and Tage this series regarding the batting. Yeah, Williams. They definitely didn't get the better of the bowlers at all. Not much positive to take from the series. Our bowlers did all right. Hope people cut Tage and Craig some slack. There are series where people feel even the best in the world have the definitely. And I see somebody in the comment section after Craig didn't manage to perform. I see some people saying that we need to drop Craig, get rid of Craig Brathwaite, and I'm like, what are these people talking about? I mean, it did not have a good series, but how can you drop Craig Brathwaite because he didn't make runs in this series? I mean, he wasn't fruitful against Zimbabwe, too tough, but or did he get some runs against Zimbabwe? I think, but how can you drop Craig Brathwaite because he failed in the 2 tests against South Africa? I can't understand at all. Tage, the same thing. The you just come in, just starting his career. I mean, you have to play for your spot, yes, but we shouldn't be talking about dropping the 2 guys. too many times the batsmen bat in pieces. All right, due to the workload of players, especially Joseph, Mayers, and Holder, who play all three formats. All right. The problem was too many all-rounders. We need pure batsmen. I don't think the specialist batsmen can do any worse, says Crick Lover. All right. The specialist batsmen have to show they are specialists in regional cricket, or else all-rounders. So exactly what I'm saying. When they have the regional tournament, the Raymond Reefer and these guys that we don't want to see in the team, they are outperforming the specialists, you know. You understand? So that is something that we need to remember. So that is something that that is definitely something that we need to remember. In terms of the other batsmen, they are probably not specialists, but everybody need to score runs. You understand? All of them need to score runs. All right. Barca deal with Liverpool. Happiest man right now is Mr. Lennox, sport to the bone. Boy, I don't know if I even can recover from what Liverpool do to me the other day, man. Really thought Ali could have made his debut, especially was worrying about the pace, but Nakia was out. I thought they were going to give him an opportunity, but then it seems as if they just brought him in as cover for the squad. Don't know why. I was expecting him also to get a look in where the ODI series is concerned. They didn't name him in the squad, so I'm not too sure what they are up to. I told you test team with 4 all-rounders will not win. Well, Godfrey, anybody watching cricket and know that anybody watching West Indies cricket and know that based on how the team looks, you know, we probably all knew that it was highly unlikely that they were going to win. So we just watch the game and keep up with it and talk about it, you know. So I'm not too sure if we were seriously harboring thoughts of dominating South Africa, you know. Hope and Brooks will most likely open with King at 3, or Hope and Mayers can open, giving Mayers license to go hard at the bowling, first 5 to 6 overs, with Brooks or King coming in at 3, depending on the start. Yeah, you are right in terms of the possible openers, but I'm not too sure if we really need Kyle Mayers to go hard at the bowling for first 5 to 6 overs. Go hard at the bowling for the first 5 to 6 overs. You still have 55, 54 overs if my math is correct to work at. You know, it's not like T20 cricket. I can understand wanting someone to be attacking, but you know, I don't know. Especially, I don't know if that's right. If that would be a good method to attack for the first 5 to 6 overs. This is 50 overs cricket we are talking about still, you know. But I hear you. I don't think averages of 30 classify as much better. We can possibly do worse. Zimbabwe was the ideal opportunity to try some batsmen. Yeah, I agree. I was looking forward to seeing a couple of the guys playing in Zimbabwe, but you know, I see the regional 4-day is now being restarted the 15th of March. Did they push it back so the players from South Africa tour could come in? I thought it was supposed to start today. I doubt they pushed it back. I have done so many reports on these things I don't even remember, but I think it was slated to start on the 15th, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but I'm not too sure if they would push it back to accommodate players. I doubt it. Mayers does go hard anyway. Exactly. So I mean, if Kyle Mayers is opening, you probably don't need to tell him to take the first 5 to 6 overs or 4 overs to go hard. You would probably be asking him to play his natural game up there, and then probably that's gonna go downhill same way, you know. Crick Lover say it was here in the 12th. Probably it was the 12th, you know. As I said, I did that video and I was talking about when it was expected to resume, but maybe I don't remember or something. You know, so that is how that series there went, my viewers, in terms of the batsmen. Batsmen definitely need to step things up. All right. Let us just take a quick look at the actual numbers and remind you. So the second and final test match right? South Africa made 320. As I said, that's not the worst score in the world to bowl out a test team for. Team that is ranked above you. We went in and made 251, with Jason Holder getting 81. So you can understand that the other batsmen didn't really feature much. South Africa went in and made 321. They gave us that target there of 391, with a couple of days to bat, and we got bowled out for 106. You understand? Couple of days to bat to probably draw the game if you don't think you can make close to 400 runs in those 2 days. You understand? So it wasn't good at all. West Indies openers did poorly. Chase Holder Reefer needs to go. Mayers, our number one all-rounder, best in the Caribbean. Even after the couple of bowling performance and that 81 from Holder, you're still ready to drop him? I hear you. His best Mayers be pinch hitter and done, yes. All right. Sports to the bone. What happened to the player Andre Creary? He played school cricket with Blackwood, thought he was a better batsman, got selected when the seniors strike against Bangladesh, I think. All right, William. So Andre Creary, this guy was the captain. I think he, if I'm not mistaken, he captained Blackwood at Homewood Technical High School. I could be wrong, but he was the captain of the Jamaica under-19 team, and he played under-19 cricket for West Indies also. I am almost certain that he captained at the under-19 level. Now, Andre Creary had a whole lot of issues as it relates to injuries. You understand? He had a whole lot of injuries, whole lot of injuries, my viewers. So, he basically fell off the map for a while, and I think he was in the States playing some cricket. And Andre Coley, when Andre Coley took over Jamaica's team a couple of years ago, you know, he actually brought in back Andre Creary to see if he could work with him, but it just didn't work out. But that guy was definitely at that time a better cricketer than Jermaine Blackwood in terms of you know, batsmanship, in terms of knowing the game and all of that. But as they say, you have late bloomers. In probably Jermaine Blackwood would have been one, or it could be a case where, you know, Andre Creary just slipped down. As I said, he had a whole lot of injuries, so that was a problem. CWI broke up the test team because some players didn't go to Bangladesh. Good to see Hola getting some runs, even in a losing cause. Was long overdue. Yep. Ashanti, I'm here. Blessings. Oh, Mr. Lover in the place. Oh dear Jesus. I didn't put the link in. I didn't remember, and I'm gonna have to try and get it in before we are finished. Sports to the bone. England underestimated Bangladesh and got licked down in the T20s. Literally played 5 batsmen and Bangladesh won the series. England playing some baseball, huh? Hope Mayer, all right. Mr. Lover say Hope, Mayers, King, Powell, Pooran, Shepherd, Holder, Karaya, Hussein, Joseph, and Gabriel. So that is what Mr. Lover is saying. Ian says, I think West Indies need to pick the batsmen who are of standard. King and Hope, Zimbabwe was ideal to give them a run. All right, Mr. Ian. So those guys are of standard. Would have been a good idea to give them a run there. And all right, I hear you. Quite a few of us were expecting people like, as I said, probably Brandon King, Shea Hope, probably, and Ali Casey Carter and a couple of these guys to get a look in against Zimbabwe, but they didn't do that. You understand? The selectors thought they would bring in back all of the guys that were actually playing in their franchise leagues, and then, you know, they still didn't well, they did okay against Zimbabwe, but you know, as I said, I am thinking it was the perfect time to get it started out. You understand? So I don't know. I don't know at all, my peeps. You know, Yeah. All right. Yeah, I was trying to add the link, but it seems as if I cannot add the link after starting the live. That's why I was box shuffling just now when I was speaking. I was trying to add the link at the same time, but it seems as if I am unable to add it after the video I've started. All right. All right. People saying they want Reefa Mayers, Hole and Chase out, but who coming up to replace them? Besides Arthanes, there is no one coming up who capable at international level, says Chris. All right. I mean, couple of guys holding up their hands, but I think they need to be more consistent. Probably, as you said, Arthanes is there. Casey Carty is probably the next man in line. We see a couple of guys performing, but that is in inter-county cricket. You understand? So if you are thinking about guys that are performing well in the Trinidad and Tobago inter-county tournament, if you are thinking about guys that are performing in the Guyana inter-tournament where they are playing for Burbies and those teams, we still have to remember that those guys need to play at the regional level and show that they are capable. You understand? They are playing inter-county games and they are performing, making runs and taking wickets, but they still have to make their national team. Shamar Brooks and Brandon King should be playing test, says Real Talk Media TV. I mean, I think it's about time Brandon King gets serious and you know, do what is needed to play some test cricket. But in terms of Shamar Brooks is always there, you know. Is not like Shamar Brooks. It's not like they ban him from playing test cricket. It's just that, you know, when we have the best of the best games, we get Shamar Brooks scoring runs, and once it is time for him to play at the international level, more often than not at the test level, you know, he's not producing the numbers that you would want. Of recent, you know, we see him doing his thing in ODI, but you know, I get what you are saying. You know, but as Desmond Haynes like to say, we don't have that much cricketers in the Caribbean we don't have the luxury to talk about players and their age and this and that. If they are performing at the regional level, they're always going to get an opportunity. They're always going to get selected. You understand? So if a man get dropped from the test team, they know what they need to do to get in. It's like we're always asking for the players to come in, you know, but there's something that they need to do to get in. You understand? And the players know it. Just like how we keep calling back for Shea Hope and these guys. You understand? Say, for example, a Shea Hope now. The 4-day regional tournament is going on, and this is before Shea Hope had to leave for South Africa. The 4-day regional tournament is going on, and Shea Hope is actually in Pakistan playing in the PSL, and we're here worried about him getting back in the test team. He knows what is needed. I mean, we probably will look at it and say, well, he can just get in it, walk in the team anyways. So what would you tell the guys that constantly play, you know, their regional cricket and work for their spot in the team? What would we tell these guys? You know, I don't know, my peeps. Maybe I am just being too I don't know, but definitely need to get this sorted out. So as I said, in the 2 innings in that second test match there, we weren't even able to get 260. So 251 and 106. Those are the scores. And as I said, in the one that we got 251, that was courtesy of our former captain Jason Wola getting 81. In that game, Chase got 28, Mayers 29, Joshua De Silva 26. So it just goes to show that oftentimes the players are getting starts. You understand? Players are getting starts and they're just not pushing on. They're not capitalizing on the starts that they are getting. If you look at some other teams, you know, when batsmen get an opportunity and they are there batting 40, 50, 60 balls and they are in the 20s, it's a start, you know. Teams start to worry because they are saying, boy, this man is out there for 70 balls and he's on 28, 29. That's a start. It's going to be hard to get them out. But why I don't know. We get a start. Our batsmen get starts and they're out there batting, and it's as if, you know, the lack of concentration. I don't know. Brathwaite is way too defensive. The bowler job was made even harder with the field setting. Brathwaite is way too defensive. The bowler job was made hold on. Was made even harder with the field setting. New batsmen came out to bat, and the captain still had a defensive field. Captaincy is a joke at times. Yeah, I saw that at a couple of points throughout the game. You know, especially when the tailenders came out. You know, I saw that. I definitely saw that. But I'm not gonna say he's the worst captain in the world or he's the most defensive captain in the world, because that is something that we were commending him for after taking over from Jason Holder. That is probably a little bit more tactically sound. He's more aggressive. So probably in this series, yes, he probably was on the back foot too much. But you know, yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, Mikhail. All right. Testing potential. Brathwaite, Shandapal, King, Arthanes, Thomas, Carty, Da Silva, Mansingh, Joseph, Jordan, and Seals. So he's going without Mayers or Jason Waller. So the two all-rounders are out. So he's going Seals, Jordan, Joseph as the pacers, Mansingh as the spinner. So why would you drop Goody Kishmoti though? Why would you throw Goody Kishmoti away? why would you drop Goody Kishmoti for Mansingh? I mean, Mansingh is my countryman and all of that, you know, but you know, if I see something with it, I go and call it. You understand? Why would you drop Mansingh and why would you drop Mansingh and why would you drop Moti and put in Mansingh? I don't know if Moti has done anything to warrant being dropped. Yeah, I don't know. Tell me now. What is the purpose of Chase on the test side? So Roblox Chase is there as a batting all-rounder who can also bowl. That is what the selector said. Crick Lover says, my ODI 11, Hope, Mayers, King, Brooks, Puran, Powell, Holder, Shepherd, Hussein, Karaya, Gabriel. Not sure if it is a bowler. Oh, okay, if it's a bowler light. So no. Okay, all right. Let me see it. But so you have Karaya and Hussein in there. Those would be the bowlers. Gabriel, and who would open with Gabriel? I have Gabriel. So let me ask you a question. Brooks, Poor, and Paul. Let me ask you a question. Where's Alzari Joseph? Are you resting Alzari Joseph? Is it a case of you resting Alzari Joseph, Crick Lover? Congrats, Joseph, on reaching number 13 ICC test bowling ranking, says Mr. Lover. All right. Shout out to Joseph. Brathwaite, Tage, Hope, Bravo, King, Da Silva, Mayers, Holder, Joseph, Roach, Moti. And he also has Thomas, Carty, Jordan, and Cornwall in the back there. All right. This series just proved how weak West Indies test team is, because South Africa has not much of a big team. Is not much of a big team. Their strength lies within their bowling. I guess that's why we get dominated by the bowlers, huh? Andy says, I've just literally watched the highlights of the first test match and the second test match, and to tell you, the West Indies are going to get destroyed against India. Yeah, it's likely. It's likely that we're going to get destroyed. At least we have a positive. Azari tied with Rabada for most wickets in the series with 12. All right. So tired of all these half and half cricketers, and Chase seems to be unmovable now. You know, see Chase all in the ODI team. Next thing is to see him in the T20 team. All right. Brathwaite changed the bowling too often, like it's white ball cricket. He playing. All right. Didn't finish phone. Okay. Sports of the board. I'm very embarrassed about the West Indies and their batting performances. Yeah, Salman, it has been tough, you know. It's a hard road to travel. and a mighty long way to go. Where's Joseph? Sports of the Morning, I think they should use Moti in the ODI series. All right, so where Goodikish Moti is concerned, I tell you guys, it's not that I like to change my mouth or anything, I just like to reason it based on how I see it. So I was just asking how could Moti be left out of the test team, but Mr. Lover said that was a mistake there. But in terms of the ODI team, I can clearly understand why he would not be in the team. You understand? Yannick Correa got his opportunity and he took it well. He bats well, and you can get 10 solid overs from him. And Akil Hussein, he's going to be, he's our frontline spinner in white ball cricket these days. Didn't do well in the Super 50 tournament, but because of what he has done at the international level, Akil Hussein is there. You understand? So he's the left arm spinner in that ODI team. And then you have Goodikish. Come on. You have Yannick Correa with a little bit of variety. So not only did he hammer down his spot by making some runs, giving you 10 overs that, not too expensive, picking up a couple of wickets, he's also he also brings that change, that variety of the leg spin. You understand? The series against India, they should take Hakeem Jordan to make his debut. All right. West Indies are inconsistent, and they gave inconsistent person. Normal day at the office. Oh, I think he said performance. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I said nothing new. Boy, we better get it right in tests. We may not win a test in the next 9 games. Our next series, India at home, Australia away, Pakistan away, and England away. Quite a few hard challenges, quite a few tough teams coming up. It's going to be difficult, but, let us see. While we're at it, please remember to hit the like button. That is the only charge to be a part of this thing for me to continue to read. The only charge is for you to hit the like button. You understand? I'm not even preaching and talking about super chats and things like that. Remember, the channel is what you would call we are able to accept super chats, and I don't even come and preach that on it. I just come and read and come off. So the only thing I am asking you guys to do is to like up the thing, so YouTube can send it across. I am not even preaching about super this and super that. Just like up the video. That's all I am asking of you guys. Easy. West Indies ODI team has 7 all-rounders, not including Puran, who is a wicket keeper batsman. Pressure. Yeah, lot of all-rounders, man. Would be interesting to see the team see the team tour. To see, not sure. What are you talking about, Mr. Lover? Sports of the Bone, where do we go from here with the test team? I mean, it's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same thing where they will probably make 1 or 2 changes for India, and then they will say that, India is a top team. The guys gave a good performance, and we are putting plans together for the next year. It's always that with West Indies. It's always something like that. But the openers are definitely going to stay. I think they are probably going to reanalyze the number 3 slot for the India tour. The lead selector had said that Nkrumah Bana is preparing for India series. So I would think they didn't drop him in the sense that he's not coming back. Him being patient, not saying he's going to dominate spin bowling there, but him being patient, I would think that he's going to come back. So he's probably one there to come in at 3. Could be a case where we see Alec getting an opportunity also. When will be the next test series for West Indies? So the next test is against India, probably down in June, July, if I'm not mistaken. June, July, somewhere thereabout. That usually happens with West Indies, and the spinners cause say Cornwall was dropped without specific reasons, and it wasn't a case that he was underperforming when he was dropped. That is the thing again. So Moti might be dropped, and we don't know why. You might see Chase in India because he both spin and bats. Don't be surprised. Yeah, that probably wouldn't be a good idea. Yeah, that wouldn't be a good idea at all. But they're probably going to do it, as I say, because they're going to say he's good at batting spin. All right, I forget completely about Alzari. I know I was missing a bowler. He replaces one of the batsmen. I thought you were resting him, Crick Lover, because I know you wouldn't make such a big mistake to leave out Alzari Joseph. Good night, Sports to the Bone. Who should be in the ODI? Also, why Yannick is there? Has he played any cricket active? Also, why is Chase in the ODI and T20? Somebody tell me. All right, I just explained the Yannick Carrier situation. Don't know if you just came on, but Yannick, I think, warrants his spot there. Hasn't been playing a lot of cricket, but in terms of the ODI squad, I can understand why he's there. I am not too sure why Chase is there though. The ODI squad, as I said, Akil Hussein is the lead spinner in that team. Yannick Carrier is there to give us his 10 solid overs, bat a little for us. Rastan Chase, I don't know. We don't need 3 spinners, and they're probably going to play Rastan Chase as a specialist batsman. But I can't tell you because I don't know. Quick Lover talking another batsman for Azari. All right. Kevin Sinclair is another who didn't underperform in the last series in August. I think it was and yeah, Kevin Sinclair. Quite a few people are always calling for Kevin Sinclair, because it's just the dominance of Akil Hussein at the international level why it is so hard for him to get into the white ball team. You understand? And then you find where the selectors like, especially in T20 cricket, the selectors like to select spinners that they think can hit the ball a mile. So, they probably, as I said, Akil is there. So if they're going to go in the T20s, if you probably see them, not even another spinner, they probably go for some of these all-rounders that they see they have there. Not too sure what was the issue with him though. Bulai got the most wickets with Gabriel in Super 50, and Moti got more wickets than Akil also. Yeah, man, but the thing is, as I said, Akil did not perform in the Super 50 too tough. But based on what he did at the international level, that is why he's still there. He's our frontline spinner. As you said, I think you reminded me of this in the last live also. Bulai, as we know, is not going to get in the team because of whatever reason. We see Gabriel is there now. So Moti, as I said, won't get in because of Yannick Carrier performed in the last ODI series that they gave him an opportunity. So that is probably why Moti is not there. As I said, Akil Hussein is our frontline spinner these days at the international level. Tay Shandapar should be playing all format of cricket. ODI Test and T20, he has the potential. All right, Roblox, I hear you. All right, Mr. Lover. Oh, okay. Sports One, speaking of next year, we'll be playing South Africa maybe July, August, and Bangladesh November, December in home series. I would have to double check the calendar again. Bana and Bravo for India tour, says Ashanti. It's not impossible. It's not impossible because the lead selector Desmond Haynes had said that he reached out to Bravo after he got those 2 centuries, told him that they are congratulated him on getting the centuries, letting him know that just keep working. And as he said, they sent Nkrumah Bana to work and stuff for India, so it's a possibility. Sports Bone, I think Tejaran Shandapal will be huge for the India series, and it will be his home series debut. Home series debut? 87. Hard 11 to pick. Can't exactly play Hussein, Alzari, Carrier, Holder, and Gabriel alone. Maybe Shepherd gets a drop and Mears in the 6th bowler. All right. Sports Bone, who gonna keep wicket, Hope or Puran? Maybe Puran might be in the second spinner to partner in Hussein because he can play Yannick because it's gonna weaken already weaken batting lineup. Probably Shea Hope is gonna keep, man, especially with him taking on the captaincy role. He's gonna want to be in and around that position. I mean, it's tough to think about all of that and keep at the same time and then go out there and bat. But he has been doing it for a little while now, but keeping and then opening the innings. So the fact that he's now the captain, I think he's gonna stay there. The worse Chase plays, the more chances he gets. The better Sinclair performs, the faster he gets dropped. All right. Bowlers giving good account of themselves. It's the batsmen that are always failing, says Charles. All right. I think we have all come to the conclusion that Chase has a fairy godmother in CWI. Boy. Coffee James, next off spinner to get a call. I mean, he did well before the thing went on break. So let us see if he will continue doing what he's doing. Let us see. Chase has fairy god family at CWI. Sports to the Bone, how do you see us doing in the white ball series? Do we stand a chance? The white ball series, I doubt it. I mean, Quinton de Kock and these guys will be coming in. So it's going to be tough. Oftentimes we see, since recent years, Test cricket, believe it or not, has been our avenue to get victories and stuff. I'm not sure how well we're going to do. It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough because these guys that we are bringing back in, they are still the same half and half cricketers that like to go out there and bat one over and get out. We're talking about guys that call themselves specialist batsmen, talented guys. They are chasing 100 runs, for argument's sake, of 30 overs and go out there and hit 2-6 and 2-4 and make nice and come off of the field. So, I don't know. I don't know how it's going rough. West Indies doing a 1998 again, winning one game on tour. Didn't even know you were live already, but changes for the test team. Unless he scores 300s in first class season. Then drop Chase for King. The Caribbean is begging for a proper number 5. Does Brandon King wants to play? We don't know if Brandon King wants to play this test cricket, but he would fit that role. He definitely would fit that role. Chase, as I said, I don't know if they're going to drop him. CIE says, can you tell me if Jamaica will be hosting any of the matches in the India tour? I doubt it. I don't remember seeing anything where Jamaica is concerned hosting any game anytime soon. The problem with West Indies batsmen is that they get start, but they don't continue make bigger scores. Same thing I was saying earlier. In a test match, you get 28, 29, 50 deliveries, 70 deliveries. That's a start. Also, the white ball series starts when the 18th. How do you see that series playing out? Is it the 18 that the series start? Why was I thinking that it's actually the 15th? I will double check that, but I just answered that one supernova in terms of the white ball. Maybe that one came after. Sportsable, here's my opinion. I think they should stop bring Chase for the next series. South Africa are about to ramp over us 3-0 in the ODIs. All right, Sports to the Bone. I know that we say Reefer, Blackwood, Chase, etc. get picked because they outperform the others at first class level, but that is only because most of our talented players don't play our first class tournament. And that is the thing, Travis. Our talented players cannot play because they're not playing what they need to play to get selected. So the players that we're talking about that they outperform are the ones that we can select from. Whoever these most talented players are that you're referring to, they are not up for selection because they don't meet the criteria. You understand? So when we say they outperform the other guys, we're talking about guys that actually meet the criteria by playing. Whoever those other talented players are, they need to show their talent by doing what is needed to play, in my opinion. T20s feel we could challenge them. All right, so Supernova is saying we're definitely going to get beaten in the ODIs, but we probably can do something in the T20s. What happened to Trinidad and Tobago football team, friendly versus Jamaica? How that match end up? So Trinidad actually won the game 1-0. Not too sure how they managed that, But yeah, man, they won the game 1-0. I didn't see the game or anything, but shout out to Trinidad and Tobago. They won that game. I can't even remember the last time we played ODIs, and the last T20 was the disastrous T20 World Cup. Yeah, the last time we won, we played the T20s would have been in the World Cup. We need to mix the player, them youngsters and seniors. Cedric says 0 West Indies can't waste my West Indies can't waste my time. Okay. Mr. Sports and Bone, Yannick would he play useless? You who said is injured and the batting is the problem for 20 plus years. Also, we need overseas coaches to improve the young batsmen. All right, I hear you. Series starts on Wednesday, the 16th, I think. That's what I was thinking. I was thinking that the 15, 16 somewhere. But I can double check, man, before we come off. Cedric Rickett says, bring back Cedric says, bring back Bravo and please don't support the Bravo movement. Okay. I was asking about the date. Okay, the date. Series starting the 16th. Sports to the Bone. Big up the white ball series start the 16th. All right, cool. 3-0 in the ODIs in favor of South Africa, says Cedric. All right. Can anyone say what going on in PSL? The men batting in Rhodes, 2 game scores of over 240 was chased, and then 263 almost chased down. Team fell short by 9. So I haven't been watching a lot of the games, but I see a couple of the clippings. You know, so I saw Karen Pollard taking a magnificent catch. I think it was yesterday on the boundary, and doing his thing. But I haven't seen much of the games though. But I see some of the scores where they are making some high 190s, 200s, and stuff like that. All right. Do you see Carty playing in the first ODI? Also, is Pooran expected to score more or less since he's no longer captain? Pooran needs to score runs. He doesn't have any pressure on him. So if it is a case of Pooran, if it is a case, worse if it's a case of Shea Hope captaining and wicket keeping at the same time, Pooran needs to score runs. He's in the team as a batsman. He needs to score runs. He needs to be scoring more runs. You understand? I mean, as a captain, you would want him to lead from the front. But now that he's there without much pressure on him, man need to make runs. Crick Lover, what's going on over there in cricket? It's baseball. Oh, bashball. How one team scored 240 twice and lost the next match. One team scored 262, then chasing team got 253. Sports and Bone, we pick Seals after one first class match, and we pick Karaya for T20 based on ODI form. Why can't we pick King Pooran or Hussein based on ODI or for our T20 performance, even if they don't play first class cricket? So, as they said, there is always an exception to the rule. There is always an exception to the rule. So I understand this. They would have seen Jaden Seals as a youngster coming through and decided that, listen, we're going to try and get this guy in the test program before he slips through the crack or through the cracks. The same thing they should have done the same thing with O'Shane Thomas. Try and get the youngster to play some club cricket, to play some regional cricket, bring him in the test team, even if he doesn't get any game. Let him learn how to bowl in spells, and then he, probably would have suited him better. But these names that you called, I'm not too sure if these guys are interested in playing test cricket. They have been on the scene for a little while. Probably not all of them. Probably King, if he gets a call, he will maybe go. Probably the same thing for Hussein. We have been saying that Hussein can probably, be the all-format spinner. With somebody like with a Moti in the test team now, probably you don't need to get in Hussein. Where Pooran is concerned, the last thing I heard Pooran talk about red ball cricket is that playing red ball cricket would definitely improve his game, but he doesn't have the time for that. So, you go figure. Just check. First match is Thursday, the 16th. All right. Sports to the Bone, it's time we select 6 batsmen and forget about the part-timers. All right. If we're looking at averages as criteria for selection, we must also look at the trend of these averages, some steady rising and some steady declining. It should be factored as well. All right, I hear you. Kevin D, I just preached to them about liking up the live, reminding them that on this platform, the only thing I ask for is to like the videos, like the live. I don't ask for super chats. I don't ask for donations. I don't ask for anything at all. Except I come on and I read all the comment section. The only thing I ask for is for you to like up the video. You understand? As I indicated earlier, the super chat is turned on. Everything is turned on this platform. You understand? But yet still we don't come on and pressure anybody to do anything like that. The only thing we ask is that you like up the video, the live, so YouTube can promote it to more people that want to see the content. You understand? But we don't know what's going on. Moti should be in the ODI squad. Well, I just spent a couple of minutes talking about the Moti situation and why I think he's not in the squad. Somebody remind us when the IPL coming on. Travis, I would worry about Hussein workload, plus Moti already has that spinner spot. Puran in test would be a dream, but I really don't think he wants that burden on himself. Too much cricket. Sports at the Bone, all know Bravo and Banner is smiling to get back in the team after getting crushed by South Africa. All right. Sports at the Bone, I think Seal should replace Chase in the next series. Hopefully Seals will be ready by that. And that would be replacing a spinner or a batsman. Remember, Chase is a batsman. That would be replacing a batsman with a seamer. But I think Seals will still be going through his recovery period at that time. All right. See, Crick Lover reminding us. Hope, Mayers, Brooks, Karaya, King, Powell, Holder, Shepherd, Hussein, Gabriel, and Joseph. So this seems to be the team that Supernova is working with. If Mayers fails, then maybe we could switch King and Mayers' position in the team. Maybe, but then that would be taken away from them wanting Mayers to bowl a couple of overs, because remember, these people don't pick people based on the fact that they are specialist batsmen or specialist bowlers. They pick half and half cricketers and ask them to do different things. So they will probably have an issue with that. But that could be a case. Yes, Puran is a millionaire. He can afford to retire from cricket tomorrow, so there should be nothing preventing from playing tests. All right. The reason I'm opening with Mayers is because he finally scored some runs as opener versus New Zealand last match. All right. IPL March 31. All right. All South Africa does is series. All South Africa does win his series when it come to World Cup. They are poor both ODI. Well, I mean, they're still doing better than us. They're doing better than us still. You are near 12K, just keep pushing your channel. Yeah, man, we're still putting in the work, we're balancing the YouTube thing with actually doing our actual work, but we're still doing a thing, man. We're not giving up. From cricket is being played, from sports is being played, this channel will be here. We might not upload as often or as quickly as the games are finished, but this channel will always be here, man. I just realized I named an ODI squad without Puran. Take out Gabriel. Oh, the playing 11. All right. Sports at one. What type of pitch you think they should prepare for India series? Spin friendly or fast bowling friendly? Or India's fast bowlers as good as Australia and South Africa? I mean, their fast bowlers as a unit might not be as good as the South Africans and the Australians, but I am thinking whatever pitch that we prepare, the Indians will be able to adapt and outperform us. You understand? This is not me being negative or anything. It's just reality. But I would say prepare a pitch based on our strength. I don't know what is our strength now. Our strength might be our I mean, we don't know what we're going to get from Gabriel. Don't know if Seals is probably not going to be around by then. We don't know if by then they would call up Hakeem Jordan, probably Matthew Ford and these guys. Don't know, but probably our bowling is what is I don't even know because if we prepare a bowling pitch, they're probably going to perform the same way. Sports about, I think India having some injury concerns now on the West Indies series. All right. Next week, the 4-day tournament restarts. I wonder if the team will be able to make room for Shandopal, Moti, Blackwood, etc. in their squad. Also looking forward to see some youngsters put their hands up. So once these guys return, I think some of the teams would have already named their squads for this round, for this upcoming round. So I'm not too sure if they are going to be able to change the squads or anything. But once these guys are available, man, when you have international cricketers stepping down and back to the regional level, once the squad, once the team don't announce the squad as yet, these guys are always going to have to get back in the team. Since the match starting 7 a.m. Caribbean time, it looks like a day-night match in South Africa. So it's starting 7 a.m. Caribbean time. Yeah, 7 a.m. Yeah, so you're probably going to go on up in the night. That is if West Indies make it last that long. Hopefully we can. I don't know if we can do watch along for when I say first game is the 16th. When is the 16th? Is the 16th Thursday? So, well, we probably can watch that video, can watch that game. We probably can watch most of that game. Probably can watch most of that game. You understand? And we can talk about it in more details. I always like when I'm able to watch the games and come and give my analysis, and not just analyze it based on the scorecard. I am currently on spring break, so I should be able to see some of the cricket. Blessings. Crick Lover says, we know India not sending a B team. Points on the line for a World Test Championship next cycle. All right. The other game is the 18th Saturday. Yeah, man. That means yeah, we have some time can watch some cricket, man. Have some time can watch some cricket then, I guess. All right. Okay. Oh, so it's a Thursday. All right. We can see how that go then now. We have good players that can perform if could play like when them in the IPL. That is the difference, That is the difference. When they are in the IPL, they are given different roles. You understand? And they are playing with different people. That has always been a concern, though. We have always had players that go and dominate the IPL, and when they come back together as a unit, they don't necessarily perform. Hope West Indies do better in the white ball series against South Africa. But I would think that the test is where we stood a little chance. We stood a chance in the test, and probably the T20s, but not the ODIs at all. I doubt the ODIs. Kohli 100 was good to see. Yeah, man, solid 100 from Virat, solid 100. Kawaja also had a solid 100 there. I think he got 181 or something. Let's pray she hope form doesn't nosedive in ODIs now. Boy, that has always been a concern, once you take over the captaincy of a West Indies team. Craig Brathwaite would have probably broken that spell, taking over as captain and making runs. So let's hope as I say, farm don't nosedive. Blessings, Sheldon, blessing. How is life being a Man United fan right now? Well, Kevin, is a tough life, This morning, I wake up to watch the game, and we got a red card early in the game. Casemiro getting a red card. We end up playing most of the game 10 men, and we played out to a draw, but one of them things is still, Smith, manners and respect to all. Blessings. Sports Bone, thoughts on the WPL so far? Mumbai licked down everyone 4 out of 4. So I haven't seen the games, but I realize that Mumbai Indians, they are not joking around. Our girl Mohammed, she is performing well. I was reading something this morning where apparently she was given out and it was reviewed. The review came back as her being out, and she was still standing and they had to review the review or something like that. I don't know if you guys we're watching and they want to explain that one for us. But yeah, man, Mumbai Indians doing well over there in the league. Yeah, man, Puran is in the team. Puran is in the team, Sheldon. He just made a mistake. He had corrected it. I hope they don't play Brooks in front of Carty in ODIs. I have a feeling they will. I want to see Carty in the team also, but I think Brooks is going to play. They're definitely going to play Brooks. It's going to be difficult for West Indies to beat South Africa in the ODIs. Yeah. Our girl Mohammed. Jesus Christ. I tell you, the brain getting old. I am talking I am talking Matthews, Haley Matthews. I'm talking. I said Mohammed. I'm talking Haley Matthews. Yeah, man, Haley Matthews. She definitely performing well, taking wickets and getting runs. The brain getting old, man. It was a whole confusion, big inside. Okay, so it was a whole confusion, big inside edge, and DRS showed 3 reds for LBW. Oh, so it was a mistake. Travis, I think they will go with him for the first ODI at least. Seniority, if he fails, maybe they will toss in Carty. Yeah, I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play. I think they're going to play Shamar Brooks, and then, as you said, they probably give Casey Carty a run at it. You understand? Yeah. Okay. So it was a little mistake with DRS and thing. All right. Also, Sports to the Bone, it's good to see Guyana Cricket Board live stream their 4-day inter-county games. I wasn't even aware. I wasn't even aware at all. But you know, people need to see the cricket. People need to see the cricket. You understand? People definitely need to see the cricket. And if you know, I get text messages on WhatsApp from some of my friends back in Jamaica, and they are saying, "How is it that I'm always talking about the cricket that is being played in Guyana, Trinidad, and Barbados to a lesser extent? How is it that I am talking about these, you know, the games that are being played, the inter-county games, and I am not talking about Jamaica cricket or anything? It's because we have pages and we have platform dedicated towards streaming the games and giving you update. You can go on the Guyana Cricket website and the Guyana Cricket Board thing and get updates. You can same thing for Trinidad. Jamaica, I don't know what is going on. The only time I get an update is when cricket is being played, when regional cricket is being played. Sometimes the regional cricket is being played and I have to be looking at other countries' website to see the thing. JC, you need to lift up and you know, they need to lift up, man, and then they wonder why people not supporting the cricket. If you can't see the cricket, how you going to support it? I need to go with them foolishness, man. It hurt me for them, I see, man, and I see this president talking about him probably going to run for president at CW. Not even going down that road there, man. I think young Shanapa should be in the ODI squad also. All right. Depending on how players perform this series, we will know who go in Zimbabwe for World Cup qualifiers. That will be big. That will be big. We already flopped at the T20 World Cup. Sports to the Bone, do you think that Kemar Roach should come back and play ODIs? All right, so I'm not too sure if Kemar Roach is gonna get an opportunity again. When Desmond Haynes just came in as the lead selector, he had indicated that players that are performing extremely well in Test cricket, they are going to give them an opportunity to play ODI cricket. He tried that with Kemar Roach and Nkrumah Bonner. Didn't work. Didn't work for Bonner. Didn't work for Kemar Roach. You understand? Kemar Roach would have to go on a long run, blazing it up in Test cricket, and then probably they will give him an opportunity again. But I doubt it. I think we are more likely to see people like Matthew Ford and Jordan and these guys getting an opportunity before we see Kemar Roach again. Not too sure if I am a big Kemar Roach fan, but I'm not too sure if that's the direction we need to look. I didn't like the setup for the batting lineup in the Test series one bit. Also, you wasn't going on with United 7-0, smash Real Betis. Then also, what's going on with United 7-0, smash Real Betis, then 0-0 versus Southampton. Yeah, a little inconsistency creeping in. We were able to get the better of Real Betis. What was it, 4-1 or was it 3-1? And then, as you said, today going drawing to Southampton. You know, that game there, we had a couple of missed opportunities early up before Casemiro got that red card, and even after Casemiro got that red card, that red card, you know, we still produced some chances, but just weren't able to put them away, you know. But yeah, we definitely need to pick it up. Brandon King and Bravo should be in the test set up. All right. Sports to the bone. Carty, Chase, Brooks, Yannick not gonna play in the first ODI. Also, I think he said there are too much all-rounders in this team. The team unbalanced, more all-rounder than genuine batsmen. Yeah, that has always been our issue. Sheldon says the competition in TNT has gotten stiff. The big players are now spread between teams, says Sheldon. All right. I guess that is good for the cricket on a whole. Hence the reason to vote Billy Heaven for the next CWI president. Everything West Indies would stop streaming face blue smile. Boy, I don't know at all. I don't know. Anybody heard anything about South Africa A2 and West Indies later this year? About South Africa A2 and West Indies this year? I haven't heard anything, but I could check. I haven't heard anything. I don't know. It would be good. It would be good because, you know, that would give the selectors an opportunity to really look at a couple other players. You understand? There are some players there that we are crying for them to get an opportunity in the test team. That would be an opportunity if they are touring to play. I am assuming they would be touring to play red ball cricket. It would be an opportunity for the selectors to get a look at these players. You know, definitely would be good. It would be an opportunity to look at them. But I haven't heard any such thing though. Yeah, I haven't heard any such thing where that is concerned. So the test series is over now, my peeps, done and dusted. We are wondering where we go from here. It's probably India is next, as I was saying earlier. I'm not too sure if we're gonna see anybody rising up out of the 4-day regional tournament to get into the India series. If there are going to be any changes, I am anticipating somebody like probably Nkrumah Bana coming back in, because they said they only put him out to work for India, to work on his game for India series, and we might see somebody like a Darren Bravo coming back in. We might see, because, you know, Desmond Haynes would have indicated that once he continues like this, then, you know, they are definitely keeping an eye on him. But I'm not too sure. We're gonna also need to reanalyze how we go about our top 5, top 6. You know, the openers definitely stay, as I was saying earlier. Banner and the opener stays, Brathwaite and Shandopal stays. It could be a case where we see Banner coming in. We don't know. We could probably see, if they don't decide to give Blackwood any chance, it could be a case where Banner not Blackwood, if they don't decide to give Brandon King a chance, or Cartier, any of those guys, it could be a case where we see the 2 openers, then we see Banner back at 3. Could be we see probably Arthanes, you know, but Blackwood at 4, Arthanes at 5. It could be a case where we see something like that, them changing it up a little bit, you know. But when you make a half century, when you make a half century in Test cricket for West Indies, that seems to keep you there for a couple of years. And Raymond Reefer would have gotten, a couple of runs under his belt, so they are probably still going to hang around with him. West Indies will win both T20 and ODI, also says Topper. That would definitely be good. That would be good. We were hearing that they would probably win the Test series also. So, let us see. I am thinking about where the test will be held. Hope not here in Guyana. India spinners will lick us down. That is the thing, when India is coming to the Caribbean more often than not. I think even on the last live, somebody was reminding me that because of the demography there, more often than not, the games are played over there in India, in Guyana. So, that is probably what's going to happen. The head selector have to go. How could select some I think he's saying, how could he select so many all-rounders in a test team? Probably because the all-rounders making more runs and taking more wickets than the specialist bowlers and the specialist batsmen in the competition that they select the players from. I could be wrong, but that is just a guess. Sports to the bone. Joshua De Silva maybe will reach milestone as a wicket keeper. Well, what milestone is that? What milestone is that? I'm not too sure. What milestone is he coming up close on? Not too sure which milestone he's coming up on. But that is how we lost the test series, peeps. So into the ODI series we go. I see people were actually sending down their ODI team, wondering what the batting lineup is going to look like, what the bowling lineup will look like. But at the end of the day, we still have to go out there and play. A couple of Firehouse coming back in for South Africa. I don't know. I am thinking that our ability to bat 50 overs, I am not too sure about that. Especially if Shea Hope gets out pretty early. Especially if he gets out early. As the most dismissals for West Indies. I mean, he tied it the other day, but in terms of having the most dismissal as a wicket keeper, you're talking about in one game. In the one game the other day would have been an opportunity for him to get it. But if you're talking about most dismissal as a wicket keeper overall, he's not even close. Gabriel is a run struck. I would never pick him in my ODI team. But the problem with that now, Kenroy, is that the ODI team is selected based on what players did in the Super 50, and he outperformed most of the Super 50 players, except probably Moti. I think he was Ian Moti. I think he and Moti took the same wicket or close. So if he is a run struck and he took the most wicket and wasn't, who is it that you would have selected outside of Gabriel? Probably Matthew Ford or Hakeem Jordan, maybe one of those youngsters, and give them a look in. I don't know. See you all trying to develop some female cricket talent there in Jamaica. Portland's women's T10. I saw. That's what I'm talking about. You see, when cricket is going on in Jamaica, I can hardly get it. I saw this, but there's not much being reported on it. There's not much being reported on it. So there's not much being reported on it. So I am hoping that at least that's an avenue to get some players in the West Indies team. The males don't seem as if they are performing to that level a whole lot, and the women's team definitely needs some more players. So that is good. That is definitely good. Gabriel is a no-ball magnet. We cannot afford to give free runs in ODI. All right, my boss, I hear you. All right. I agree. I worry about Gabriel and the no balls in ODIs. I understand. I definitely understand the issue. I definitely understand you guys being worried about the no ball and him and being worried about the runs, him being run struck. But Same as how Alec Arthanes. That is why I tell you, same as how Alec, same as how Alec made some runs and got into the squad. It's the same way Gabriel did and got into the squad, So it's the same thing. It's the same thing. What happened to wicketkeeper Ramdin? So Ramdin is no longer playing at the international level. He is he was actually playing in Legends cricket the other day so he's no longer playing at that level. Hopefully we can see him in CPL still. I think he's probably still the best glove man in the region. And funny enough, he got dropped out of his squad when at a time when he was coming into his own where batting is concerned. This is one topic that I would advise you guys not to listen to me on, though, as much as I try to be clear and analytic and not emotional when discussing cricket, I tend to toe the line when I am talking about Ramdin. So maybe Ramdin is not. Maybe I am not the best person to ask about Ramdin because for those who know, you will know. But for those who don't know, and that is asking me about Ramdin, maybe I'm not the best person to ask. They call me Ramdin in Jamaica for a reason, so probably I need to ask somebody else. Quick Lover say, is Dr. Shallow the front runner for the upcoming elections? Apparently, I mean, we haven't heard a lot of things where that is concerned. I think the annual general meeting is going to be on the 25th, and that is when they are going to have the elections. That is when they are going to have the elections. Now, he's there. He's there. According to him, the people have expressed their support and they have expressed their confidence in him. So let us see. Let us see. Some people are saying that he shouldn't be anywhere near that because he has been a part of the CWI for a while, the same feeling thing over and over. But you know them things are going, cricket go on, how power go on and things. So let us see. Sports one Ramdin retired from West Indies cricket. Yeah, man. Yeah, that's what I was saying. He has retired. So where the elections are concerned, where the election is concerned, we'll definitely keep a close eye on it to see who are the guys that are there. I don't know if we have anybody on here with any inside information on the coach, the coach who's going to be the permanent head coach for West Indies cricket. I don't know. I don't know at all. It's probably clear that Andre Kohli will not get the job. I was thinking that even if he went and won the series against South Africa, he was not going to get that job. But I don't know if anybody have any inside information about the process. I remember the last thing Jimmy Adams said was that by April, I think we should be able they should be able to name the head coach. But let us see. Sports to the bone. What do you think about Reggae Boys lost to Soca Warriors last night? As I said, I did not see the game, but I heard that the Reggae Boys lost 1-0. There's a big buzz. There's a huge buzz around with Jamaica's football right now. They have a new coach, an overseas coach. I think this guy was actually working with Iceland, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, man. I think he was the assistant coach for Iceland team, and he's going with youngsters, with local based players mostly. We also had a 17-year-old youngster making his debut, Dujan Whisper, who just signed a pre-contract for Chelsea. So there are some excitement. There's a lot of excitement going on around the Reggae Boys football. But in terms of how they played and how they lost, I wouldn't be able to give you a good feedback on that because I didn't see the game. But I wasn't expecting that we would have lost though. Wasn't expecting that we would have lost to the Soca Warriors. Is CWI a monarchy? Well, I guess Kohli must go. After the election in CWI, they will name the head coach. Yeah, I mean, I guess that whoever the head coach is, I think they already know it. Is I doubt they are waiting on the I doubt they are waiting on the I doubt they are waiting on the election so the president can select the head coach. I think they already know who the head coach is going to be, but as you are saying, probably they are waiting on that. But the election is going to be on the 25th, man, the 25th of March. And remember, I said Jimmy Adams was saying that by April they will tell us. What is the name of the Guyanese pace all-rounder name again? I play him instead of Gabriel every day. I think you're talking about Kemo Paul. I think you're talking about Kemo Paul. But well, he's an all-rounder, so I don't know. I think he's the one that you're talking. West Indies needs a foreign coach to change things up a bit. Sports of the Bone, you know the Bermuda cricket Camu Loverock. See, he made some runs in World Cup qualifiers. Was listening to an interview with him. No, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure of whom you speak. No, I'm not too sure. I probably would have to check, but I'm not too sure if I know who you speak of. The Caribbean definitely stand a chance next World Cup with more teams to qualify, and we don't have to play Mexico, USA, and Canada. Yeah. Let us see. All right. Maybe he's talking Romari Shepherd. Or Romari, okay, Romari Shepherd is in the squad. But if you're talking about somebody that wasn't in the squad and you probably would want in his Kemo Paul. But yeah, Travis, maybe he's talking Romari Shepherd. Shivnar and Shandapal should be the head coach for the team, says Tupper. All right, I hear you. But Andre Coley still has a few more games to go before we think too much ahead. Couple of ODI games and 3 ODI games and the T20s. So hopefully he will be able to finish off on a strong note. Hopefully we'll be able to finish off on a strong note and the players will get some runs in. I think he should be batting coach. I was always saying that I would have given somebody like all right, let me tell you again. Let me tell you again what I was thinking. This was my thing even before the Shivnar and Shandapal thing got blown up this much where people calling for him non-stop. This was my thing. My thing was Shivnar and Shandapal as batting coach. Curtly Ambrose as bowling coach. And I was hoping that we could pry Carl Hooper away from his family in Australia and give him the head coach position. That was my thinking. He would have done. He did an interview and he was saying that that is something that he would be willing to sacrifice. He has spoken to them already. He had indicated that he when Phil Simmons just got back in the job, he told him that he would be happy to come through and help out with a couple of T20 games where he could do the games and return home to his family. But he went on to say that that wouldn't be an issue with him in terms of leaving the family to do that. You understand? To coach a team. So that was my thing. That even before people start crying out for the Shandapal, I was thinking maybe Shandapal could get it, the batting coach, maybe Curtly Ambrose, and then somebody like a Carl Hooper. He has been in Australia for a while, doing some coaching in franchise cricket, working with local clubs over there. So knows the culture of West Indies cricket. So I was thinking that would have been a good way, but I don't know. Sports to the bone. I think Whisper will be the next Luton Shelton by scoring the most goals. I mean, that would be good. That definitely be good. If they continue to pick him, there's this problem between the club the academy that he's from in Jamaica. You know, he's from an academy in Jamaica that he has been with that academy since the age of 12. And usually those players that come through that academy, they don't usually get a lot of game time in the Reggae Boy squad because of the relationship with the head of the academy and the head and the JCF the JFF people. You understand? So let us see. Shiv did not do well in the World Cup with USA. Shiv can be development level batting coach. I mean, it didn't do too well, but I wouldn't read into that too much because, you know, the same Shiv that did not do too well in the World Cup, I think he actually led a team against our under 19 players before the World Cup, and he was able to beat them, if I'm not mistaken. So I don't know if I would use that to judge him, trying to lead an under 19 USA team against teams over there. I mean, some of the teams that he lost against, that was probably not ideal, but I don't know if I would want to overlook the fact that you'd have won a couple of titles, and I would necessarily, if I'm not giving him the job, it wouldn't be because of what happened with the USA team. We need Justin Langer. All right, Justin Langer wouldn't deal with the foolishness that and the party shop and the dolly house. That is the difference. That man wouldn't deal with the politics and the dolly house. Do you think Brian Lara should be the coach? It would be good, but I doubt with the high demand that Lara is highly demand, is highly sought after these days. So I'm not too sure if he's gonna commit to West Indies like that. I think he will take the bits and pieces roles like that. It's probably hard to hear. Probably some going to say the man is a patriot, the man loves West Indies, so he will do it. But in my opinion, I don't think Lara will do that. I don't think he will do that. Tie down himself to the cricket like that. Sports to the bone, I like the passion of Sri Lanka, still trying to qualify for a World Test Championship finals, even though the hope is slim. Still fighting. You guys saw Angela Matthews making a century last night. Was it last night or yesterday evening? Yeah, man. That wicket had inconsistent bounce on the last day. That is why they always bat first. Brathwaite and Da Silva got out to short balls that kept ridiculously low. That is the thing, you know. There are always going to be issues with pitches and stuff like that, you know. And if you win the toss, you're probably at an advantage. But you know, there is always something where West Indies is concerned. Will Ocean Thomas ever make West Indies side again because his talent is wasted? I don't know. No, I'm not talking Kimo Paul. Shepherd isn't good either. Another run struck. Oh, I don't know who you're talking then. Blessing Sports to the bone. I am disappointed with West Indies. In this is our recent performance in South Africa. The coach right now is not the biggest issue. Our playing and field is a problem. Our players are not. Yeah, Mark. I doubt anybody was thinking that the coach is the problem. Where the coaching situation is concerned, we're just wondering who's going to take over the team. But anybody watching West Indies cricket knows that the guys on the field and the guys in the squad, they are the problem. You understand? Because as we know, coaching at that level, you need to come up with tactics or to win teams. You are there to help improve players, yes, but not necessarily to coach players fundamentals of the game. So I think most people that are reasoning the cricket understand that, you know, the coach is not necessarily the problem like that. His interviews were interesting. It seems like he could not get the girls to listen to him and transfer his thoughts on the field. I mean, you can read that both ways. It's saying it like that would probably make it sound like the girls did not understand him, or they just went and did their own thing. It could be a case where the girls weren't just not good enough to carry out the plan. Just like any other football, any other game, football, cricket, track and field, you go out there, you don't perform properly. The coach will say that this was the plan, this was the information that I gave them. They did not carry out the plan. Doesn't mean they did not want to carry out the plan. They probably were not good enough to carry out the plan. You know, when we lay it out like that, it makes it seem as if he was not in command of the players, you know. So if you understand what I'm saying. Everyone is calling for the coach, but I'm not hearing from calling for Desmond Haynes. He is the one picking the side. It's all the coach could work with. Maybe you just joined the live, but we have been talking about that coming right down. So about picking the squad and all of that. Anyone know where the World Test Championship final will be held? Looking most likely India versus Australia. Hope it's somewhere neutral. Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be India versus Australia. Not sure where it's going to be though. Sports to the Bone, in my opinion, I think they should give Hope a chance to play Test cricket. And I'm okay. All right, I hear you. The coach is not the problem. The players have to apply themselves and put extra practice and training. Exactly. I mean, you need coach. Obviously, some coaches are better than others. So you want to find a coach that is probably going to help to improve the team. Not to say, we're not saying that coach is not an issue, because obviously you're going to have coach that is better than the next coach. But what we're suffering with is players just not performing and not doing what needs to be done. Blackwood is better a white ball cricketer than a red ball cricketer. All right. He's talking Rutherford. Not sure what you're talking about. My issue is if the coach is qualified, why do we need Lara and Adams there? Hey, that's a good thing. So I did a video when Adams said that, well, some said that he was already there, some said that he was already on his way there. But in terms of Lara, that is a part of Lara's job. So it doesn't matter who is the coach. Lara is going to be there. But in terms of Adams having to go there, it just shows a lack of plan. You know, they didn't plan properly. It just it was when they were on the ground, they had to send back to CWI saying that they need reinforcement, they need help on the ground. So it just shows a lack of planning and preparation. But in terms of Lara being there, though, that's a part of Lara's job. We'll be in England, all right? Sports Bone, I think it's time we move on and replace Reefer, Chase, and Blackwood, and Mears. We can't have both Blackwood and Mears in the same side. Blackwood is better with the bat, but Mears add with the ball. Oh, I thought they were playing two different roles. But I hear you. I don't know how much our test game will develop. No test for a second half of the year until 2024. After India in June, that's a long break. The players are the best in the region. That 13 is our best. They have to do their I think he's saying homework. I don't know. Sports to the Bone. The young fast bowler Clark from the Windward Islands should be in the West Indies team to give some firepower. A lot of people should be in the team, you know, based on what some people saying. A lot of people should be in the squad. You understand? Matthew Ford should be in the squad. Hakeem Jordan should be in the squad. This Clark that you're talking should be in the squad. Quite a few players should be in the squad. So, you know. Oh, okay. Yeah, but it's really interesting. It's gonna be interesting to see how we fare in the white ball format. I don't anticipate us winning the games in the ODIs. Probably we can pull off a surprise in the T20s, but you know, it all depends. Definitely all depends, my viewers and subscribers. I blame the cricket board. South Africa has no cricket till December, and we till June. Why couldn't they negotiate one more test match? I said the cricket board should negotiate with ICC. Sports to the Bone. Here's the thing: West Indies play 3-2 test and 2. West Indies play 3-3 2 tests and 2, 3 tests. I'm not too sure if I understand what you're saying. Maybe I'm not getting it. Yeah, brain kind of tough sometimes. You know, maybe I'm not getting what you're saying. Look how quick Nepal grabbed Monty Desa. Wasn't he our bowling coach the other day? He was our batting coach. He was our batting coach. Roddy Eswick was our bowling coach. That guy was our batting coach. I agree. West Indies need a little more than homework, though. We all agree that Kohli is class, but averaged in the mid-20s for 3 years. India's administration knows he's the best player in the country and kept playing him. I think similar approach is needed with Hope. They did that approach with Hope, you know. It's just that it didn't work. They probably didn't do it that long. They didn't do that. They didn't do it that long. Was he actually averaging in the 20s though? I know that he had a poor run of form for a little while. I'm not too sure if it was 3 years though. I know we didn't get any centuries from him for over 2.5 years, but I don't know the stats off my head if he was actually averaging in the 20s for 3 years. I'm not too sure about that. You understand? And one of the reasons why we probably cannot do that is India was probably still winning, and they had people to cover for him while he was going through that. When West Indies, when we're not winning, we don't have a lot of people to cover, so you need each people to pull their weight. So that is one of the reasons. You understand? I understand what you're saying, but we don't have a lot of people to cover for the team. So when a man consistently fail, you're going to need to bring somebody else to come in to pull that weight, because there's not a lot of people to pull the weight. That 13 is definitely not our best in the region if we stop play cricket. Okay. Test matches are negotiated between countries, not the ICC. The ICC just confirms the schedule. All right. West Indies probably problem is inconsistency. Sports to the bone. Let me rephrase it. West Indies will play 2 test matches and 3 test matches. Series. Oh, you're talking about series. Okay. All right. Good night, Sports to the bone. When for the first ODI? So the first ODI will be played on the 16th, which is Thursday. 2.5 years for Virat Kohli, averaging 29. And 29 is still not the worst thing in the world. I mean, for Virat Kohli's standard. But as I said, he had people covering for him. Where West Indies cricket is concerned, if a man consistently if a man averaging 29 for West Indies, they're probably going to make the team all year round. That is the next thing. If a man averaging 29.85, they probably make the team all year round. But yeah, man, not to compare these two guys, but he has people covering, man. He has people covering. But if you find a man averaging 29, if you find a man averaging 29, it's not too bad. You understand? And as I said, it's bad for Virat Kohli, but he had people covering for him. Most of our players. Exactly. That is our best 13. We need to stick with them and practice more. We cannot keep chopping and changing. We must continue with those guys. We don't have better. South Africa was rough, but I believe in them. All right. Craig Brathwaite averaged 60 in the last 12 months. Yeah, Craig has been, I don't know if 60 is the actual number, but I know I know the last time I checked, he was averaging well in the 50s. Well in the 50s. Sports to the bone, I think we need to reconsider Mayer's batting position going forward. He is clearly one of our better bowlers, but not clicking with the bat at all. So would we pick him as a specialist bowler then? Because if you're going to approach it, are you going to select him as a specialist bowler and select Jason Waller as the all-rounder? So that would leave two medium pacers. You know, it would probably leave only one spot for an actual genuine pace bowler. West Indies players need to go back to 4-day competition, but 4-day competition is not working for West Indies players. We need something to work. So when they go back to the 4-day regional tournament to play, they are not being challenged. They understand that. So you see man racking up 400 runs 500, 600 runs and getting callback straight into the team, and then the same thing happens over and over. You understand? So that is what is going on. Chase need to drop, no wicket for him and no runs. Mayer's good bowling performance and poor batting is a conundrum of West Indies cricket. Not sure what we should do with him. Hold on. Mayer's good bowling performance and poor batting is a conundrum for West Indies cricket. Not sure what we should do with him. Kyle Mayers is the best all-rounder in the region, better than Chase the Waste, Reefer the Choker, and Holder the Giant. I hear you, boss. I hear you. We probably bat him around 7 or so, clearly not top 6. So if he's batting at 7, then that means he's playing. We would be playing him as what? As a specialist bowler. I always had a problem with him batting in the top 6, but the problem is that he got some runs and then we had to work with it. But if he's batting at number 7, he's clearly not a specialist batsman. So he would be playing as a specialist bowler. So that would be him. Jason Holder, I assume, would be in your team. So that would be 2 of his seamers already. So you would probably only have spot for 1 more seamer and then your spinner. So would you be confident with Kyle Mayers, Jason Holder, Alzar Joseph as the only seamers, and then you have your spinner? West Indies cricket is because they have the youngsters on an airplane, and why do you take the youngsters on tour and not playing them? Reefer is not a number 3 batsman, either 6 or 5. Good night. Just join in, so I am listening. All right, Philip, blessings. Raymond Reefer is a number 8, 9, 10 batsman. Well, easy, Maybe move Da Silva into the top 6, he's saying. All right. In both matches, we really lost in our second innings. I want someone to name any better player. Sports to the Bone, you tell me who you think should be in. Come on, guys. All right, so in terms of us losing in the second innings, I think the batting wasn't good in the second innings, but I think we were sloppy in the first innings in the first session of the 2 games. The first 2 sessions of the 2 games, we were sloppy. In terms of who should be there, for the test team, it would be good to see somebody like a Casey Carty in the squad, but there's not a lot of players outside of the squad that I can say would have made the squad on merit. You understand? So I can't tell you a player that should be in the test squad now based on merit. I can't tell you a man that should be in the test squad based on merit. I am only disappointed that we did not get a chance to see Alec Arthur and his batting. But in terms of who should be in the squad, probably I would only want to see Casey Carty. You understand? In terms of the spinning role, you're always only going to play 1 spinner in those conditions. So clearly Moti is ahead of all of them. So Moti would be there. Chase is probably the one that is causing most of the issues for the fans. Not sure why he was selected. Same thing going in the ODI team. Not sure why he was selected. But there are not a lot of players. If you ask me, who are some of the players that I want to see make more commitment to playing red ball cricket to get in, then I would say that I would want to see somebody like a Brandon King playing some red ball cricket and getting a look in. You understand? Those are the 3 guys on the top of my head right now. The Brandon King, the Alec Arthanes, and the Casey Carty. Those are the guys that I have been calling for a while now. But in terms of that squad, I am not too sure who we have there that I would have, except I don't know how Chase made the team. I don't know. That he's the only one that I have a problem with like that. I'm not sure how he made the team. Clearly, Moti was going to be our frontline spinner. I mean, unless they wanted to play 2 spinner. Clearly, Moti was going to be our frontline spinner. And, as I said, I don't know how Chase would have gotten in based on his runs and things. So Reefer is our best batsman in the team. I view him as more as a bowling option than specialist batsman. All right, best attack is Joseph, Seals, Mayers, Carnwall, and Moti. So you're going Joseph and Seals, and then and Mayers, and then you have the two spinners, Carnwall and Moti. All right, I hear you. I hear you. Chase goes, Reefa goes. If Banner and Bravo perform these next 3 rounds of Super 50, we get rid of those two. All right. Oh, I think what you're talking about the regional tournament. All right. Reefa, yeah. I know. Yeah, man. Regional tournament. Reefa scored the most runs in the last regional tournament, batting at number 3. Name 2 specialist batsmen that. Thank you for saying. It's the same thing I have been saying. It's the same thing I've been saying. The specialist batsmen, they are not outperforming the so-called all-rounders, and that is why the so-called all-rounders are there. I mean, it's not ideal, but Barbados tried it with Reefa. They tried to play Reefa at number 3, and he made runs. You understand? So I just one of them things. The other so-called specialists, I don't know. We can't just always select the team based on thing, you know. Regional 4D not super. Yeah. Darren Bravo should be there. All right, who did Darren Bravo outperform? Who would Bravo be there over? Who would Bravo be there over? Who would Bravo be there in the team over? Let us start asking some questions. These are the questions that we need to ask. When we throw the names out there, I'm going to ask about the questions. So Darren Bravo should have been there. Who should have been who should have he replaced? Who shouldn't be there? And you know, whose spot Bravo should have gotten? So that is the question. Whose spot Bravo should have gotten? Mind you, Bravo would be batting at number 3 or number 4. Whose spot in that squad Bravo should have gotten based on his performances? Chase needs to be dropped. What did I miss? Says Jaden. You missed almost 2 hours of talking. 101, 46 minutes we have been on. So a whole lot of things. All right. Sports to the bone. I never rate West Indies team bowling in the first session. It all depends on the second session. All right. Sports to the bone. Both Mayers and Blackwood are too inconsistent to bat in the top 6. Both are hit and miss batter. Hence, only one should play. Blackwood is performing better with the bat, but Mayers bring a better balance. All right. So if you drop Blackwood, who is the batsman in the region that is performing to get in ahead of Blackwood? Let me ask the question. We need also to chastise the bowlers too. They gave away lots of runs. Yeah, man, we spoke about that, man. The bowlers probably, you know. Akil Hussein for test 2, I would like to see, says Mark. All right, having 391 to win in 2 days should easy. Man, them just come to bat without a plan. Even when 9 wicket down, we should still believe. And I mean, it probably wouldn't be easy to win Kenroy, but this is something that we said earlier. 391 to win, and you have 2 days to bat. You're not in any hurry. Why would you get bowled out for 106? That is a problem. Why would you get bowled out for 106? If you get bowled out for 250, 260, trying to get the 291, I can understand. Or if you end up drawing the game, I would understand. But you can't have 2 days to bat and make 391 and get bowled out for 106. And it's not a T20 or a 50 over game. I would even carry Hodge before Chase. All right. I hear you. Where would you put Bravo at 4? I think you're asking, you would have to ask the guys that are saying that Bravo should be there. Chase all the time. All right. Leave it to West Indies to make a man find form that has been poor all time. Bavuma, better believe if Kohli didn't make that century today, he would definitely found form when he came to West Indies. I agree. Temba Bavuma, I have always been a fan of him because of how exciting he is, how he plays. Sort of reminds me of Jermaine Blackwood a little bit, you know, but it's the first I see that man bat and dominate a team like that star. Good evening, Sports to the Bone. No checking in. Tage like he done get big already, feeling sloppy, and he is talking about playing T20. I wouldn't say that, we have to remember that going up against South Africa is nothing easy still. I wouldn't necessarily say that. I wouldn't say that. But everybody wants to play T20 cricket. Everybody wants a piece of the CPL and thing. But I wouldn't say it's about getting big. Desmond Haynes is a Chase Reef, a Hola, Warwick, and Brooks Wash, Godfather. All of them is broken and frustrated. All right. West Indies captain need to improve the field placing. South Africa captain did better in that regard. All right, we spoke about that earlier in the live. We must be patient, guys. Give the men a chance. Bravo have to do much more to get in. Leave Chase alone. He is a utility player, very valuable. Boy, I don't know if I back on that one still, Sir Ian. I don't know how he got in the team. I don't know how he got in the team. Look at even the ODI team that is coming up now. Why is he there? Why is he in the squad? You're the guy from your country, as I was explaining earlier. Yannick Correa is there to give us variety with the leg spin. Last time we gave him an opportunity, he performed well. He's capable with the bat and he bowls leg spin, right? Akil Hussein is clearly our frontline spinner in white ball cricket. So if you have Akil Hussein and Yannick Correa, you're expecting both of them to play. Why is Chase? Is Chase going to play as a specialist batsman? And then somebody who made quite a few runs in the Super 50, in Alec Arthanes, they did not name him in the squad. That is my problem, Sir Ian. That is my problem. As much as I am saying there's not a lot of changes to be made in the test team, but even when I look at the ODI squad coming up now, why would you select Yannick Correa and Akil Hussein and then Chase and leave out Arthanes? Because if Chase plays, he's clearly going to play as a specialist batsman, because I am assuming that good sense would prevail that Akil Hussein and Yannick Correa should play. So if those two spinners are already on the pitch, why would you play Chase? You would play Alec Arthanes in number 5 as a specialist batsman or somewhere there about. Well, I don't know, yeah, man. When will the first match start? So the first ODI is on Thursday, the 16th. At Chase play against India. Boy, if I was a betting man, I would bet that he's going to be there. Hope and King average higher than Blackwood at first class. Not saying they are world beaters, but they average better than all of our top 6 from aside from Brathwaite. Yeah, but the problem is over the last couple of series of season, what have these guys done to really show that they want to get into the test team? I hear you though. I hear you. I would like to suggest something. I would like to see the test team play in the 4-day tournament. I would like to see the test team play in the 4-day tournament. ODI team playing the 50 over tournament and T20 team playing the CPL if possible. Boy, I don't know, Star. That would be rough. But then we had Gail, Lara, Sarah, and Shandopal, 4 specialist batsmen and a team. And those guys could actually bat. That is the thing. So we have 149 people watching and 40 likes. I can't see why West Indies team is and only 40 like. I don't know. We are going back way. Where's the coach? J-Con Music. Jimmy Adams said that we will have the coach, the permanent head coach by April. I feel for Devon Thomas, he needs to get an opportunity and get a run in the team. I agree. It's too easy and also hard to make West Indies team. Sports to the bone. Wicket was difficult. The last innings bad bounce against 90 miles per hour. I'm not saying that, but it always happens, Sir Ian. It's always something, and it just the better, you just have to learn to deal with it. I mean, if you get bad bounce on certain bad balls, you're gonna get out, but the entire team get out for 106. Come on, Sir Ian, man, I can't find any excuse for that, brother. Bravo in at 3. Push the order up. All right, boss. I hear you. I hear you. I will put Joseph as the captain because I like his aggressive approach when he's bowling. But he's a pace bowler bowling 149. He's supposed to be aggressive. He's supposed to be like that. It doesn't necessarily mean that he's tactically sound because he shows aggression like that. I, I don't know. Brathwaite as a captain allows the game to meter too often when he should be attacking and seizing the initiative. As we discussed earlier, even Jacobs, I agree that a couple of things that Brathwaite did as a captain, setting the field, bowling changes, they weren't spot on. But come on, man, we can't seriously be asking for somebody to. we can't seriously be asking to drop Brathwaite. Waste of my time to get out of bed at 4 a.m. in the morning to watch West Indies not happening again. Question now. How long would you carry a player if the person failed 2 test matches? So as I always say, I usually like to give players at least four games. I usually like to give players at least 4 games and see what they look like. If it is a man that has been failing for a while and you're giving him a look in again, you probably give him a 4 game or so. Two probably good because in those 2 games he's batting 4 innings. But if a man made a lot of runs at the regional level, you probably want to compensate and say, well, the first couple of games he's getting his feet wet at the international level. So say for argument's sake, you pick a batsman or a bowler based on how dominant he was at the regional level. You probably don't you maybe don't just want to give him 1 or 2 games and then throw him away. So I would probably say 4. If it's somebody that you have tried with for years and you're giving him an opportunity again and you see it's not working, you probably don't want to give him no more than 2 test matches. You understand? Haynes selection don't make sense sometimes. All right, I wonder how much the best versus best at the end of the 4-day tournament will impact the selection for India. Let us see what's going on with Hetty and Allen. Good question. Bravo averages 36.5 with 8 centuries and 17 50s, and he should prove himself in contrast to Blackwood averaging 30.5 after 54 matches with 3 centuries, 18 50s, and he must get. It's because he's from Jamaica. That's why I said that. Let's just put it that way. It's because he's from Jamaica. That's why I said that he needs to stay and Bravo needs to prove himself. It's because he's my countryman. All right. Mr. Haynes and Brathwaite are biased, so trust me. Chase gonna get picked for in the tour. My Haynes is a problem too with the bias picking. So Brathwaite. All right, I hear you. I hear you, guys. I hear you. Mr. Ian. I don't even mention that and Hetty name. All of Guyana Vix with him. Only thing he good for is pulling out of tournaments. Was in Burmese squad for intercounting. But I did a video and I was talking about Hetmaya being in the Burmese squad and ready to play. A couple of days time I have to do a different video so the man pull out star. Any real fast bowlers in the Caribbean to look out for. I don't know if you have anybody tearing down 147, 148, 149. I don't know of that. The only other guys, the guys that we have that can consider seamers is probably Jordan and Ford. We don't have a lot of guys. Hi, bro. Check Chase performance while playing for St. Lucia. Don't kill the man. Yeah, as I said, I'm not just saying these things because I don't like the people, I am saying these things because I know what I'm saying. He should not have been in the squad. You understand? I am saying these things because I am actually checking the things. I'm not just talking off the top of my head. So just like when my dear friend just dropped the question about Bravo having no much century and Blackwood having no much century. Might I remind you guys that is a reason why he's not in the team, why he was left out, and he just needs to do what needs to be done to get back in the team. I don't have a problem with a man getting back in the team, They just need to do what they need to do to get back in the team. Blackwood was out of the team for years, and he went back and made much runs and came back. Not saying he's the most consistent, but he did what was expected of him to get back in the team. So I'm just asking for the same thing. I'm just asking for the Shea Hope and the Blackwood to do, Shea Hope and Bravo to do the same thing to get back in the team. That, and for those who are thinking that it's a country thing, as I always say, I was the first man to always call for John Campbell when he wasn't doing anything, and same thing with Blackwood. As I said, Blackwood got dropped for years, toil, came back, made a lot of runs at the regional level, came back, make some runs, and now, I mean, he's not doing a lot of cricket. He's not making a lot of runs these days. So he's probably pretty close to being dropped. But all I am saying, because a man scored how much century when he was in top shape and top form, doesn't necessarily mean you walk back into the team. Show that you are still capable of doing it. And this is why a lot of people leave this channel. You know, this is why a lot of people leave the platform, because I had the same issue with Chris Gayle and a couple of other guys. I am a big Chris Gayle fan. Just to bring this point across. And I will be the first to call him the GOAT of T20 cricket. But in the latter part of him playing for West Indies, all I was saying is this. Do not consistently pick people based on what they have done over the years. You have to be able to do it still. You know, show that you're still able to do it. And it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Bravo and Shea Hope. Do what needs to be done to get back in the team. It might seem harsh, but it's the same thing right across the board. O'Shane Thomas, pacer, came through, played a couple of games for West Indies, needs to do what he needs to do to get back in the team. So it's the same thing right across the board. Everybody's saying Haynes biased, but you would never know if he's under duress to pick all that Bajans. Maybe who are what gave him a quota that must fulfill. That's the only explanation I can give. Sammy doing good work in Pakistan, as per usual. Remember, Sammy is an honorable citizen down there in Pakistan, you know. Hetmai has shown such bad faith recently. There are very few people in Guyana or the region that care for him anymore. People are hurt by his behavior. Don't worry yourself, Travis. I mean, he's secure for now for the next couple of years with IPL, you know. Don't worry yourself. Don't worry yourself, man. All I know, he better make sure he keeps on performing in IPL cricket. I mean, there are a lot of franchise cricket around the world that if you are not playing at the highest level, if you are not performing in IPL, you probably can play in those cricket. But a man need to remember that if you lose form in the IPL and you're not getting picked up by top T20 leagues, the easiest way to get noticed again is to play international cricket. So make man go and burn them bridge. Sports at the bone. You didn't sound good there about Blackwood being your countryman. No, but this is something that I explain almost every day, over and over. So sometimes when I see the comparison comes up, like somebody would say, why would you say this about Blackwood and then say this about Shea Hope or about Bravo? I just take the easy way out and just say it's because it's my countryman why I'm selecting. Because I can't explain the same thing over and over. You know? In TNT, we play for our clubs. We may not play for our country or West Indies, but we make sure that the next set of players come through. I hear you, Sheldon. Pooran and Hetty, the same position. Pooran don't need West Indies, but the man took on the captaincy when he didn't need, and even though he failed and gave up the captaincy, he's still playing for West Indies. Why they say 7 brothers, 7 different minds, you know? I would love for both Bravo and Hope to be in the team, but they have to prove themselves. I would love for them to be back in the team and start start performing for us again. Nobody can clearly remember that twin century that Shea Hope put on like I can remember it. In 2017, he made a twin century against England. That was one of the best things I have ever seen. You want to tell me that I wouldn't want to see something like that in the team again? You want to tell me I wouldn't want to see Bravo dominating guys again? And why would I be wasting time talking about West Indies cricket if I didn't want the best for the cricket? Why would I be wasting time? I want the best for the cricket. So if these guys are still capable of doing that, then just mash up everything in the regional tournament and show the selectors and get back in. I mean, Bravo is on his way doing that now. He scored 2 centuries recently. Got the call from Desmond Haynes. We are looking at you. Keep doing it. I remember going to high school and watching Bravo coming through. Same thing with Shea Hope. Why wouldn't I want those guys playing for us again? All I am saying, just show we say you can do it. It is not that hard. We keep on saying the guys in the region are not good. So if they are not good, just outperform them. It is simple. Simple, simple, simple. Easiest way to make the team. Man running up and down and playing PSL when all they need to do is go and make a couple centuries. Seeing that they are so talented, just go and play the regional tournament and make some century and go play test cricket again. Then it's not that hard. Chase want dropping Bravo banner. I would like them to get some short pitch fast bowling in the Caribbean. At this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Guyana drop Hetty from CPL. Blessings, Nelson. I like Tej and I believe he should get a decent run in the side. However, he needs to expand his game to be successful against the better side. His game is very limited, he says. All right. I agree with you, Sports to the Bone, about doing what it takes to get back in the team. But it is that simple, you know. It is that simple. It is not hard. All right, blessings, Lee. So the first ODI starts on the 16th, which is the 16th, which is Thursday. All right, Bravo is there. All right, that's a minute, guys. All right, Sammy, for our head coach, we need a coach who understands the modern game. All right, Bravo 211 against New Zealand. Don't forget exactly. Look at all that score. We can't forget them things, man. Those guys did pretty well for us, man. You understand? But they need to show that they are still capable. Is a reason why they were dropped out of the team. So show us by dominating the lower level that you can still do it. It is not hard. If we're asking you to do it at the international level, just do it easily at the regional level, man. It's not that hard. It's not that hard, you know. So we're going to continue for the next 3 minutes. So, you know, you guys would notice that instead of the usual 1 hour, we had 2 hours today, 2 hours and 10 minutes. So next 3, we're going to push it to 2 hours and 10 minutes. And this is as a result of me not remembering to put the link in the description so you guys could come on and talk. So I am making sure that I spend more time reading the comments. We need to start looking to the future. The Bravos and them are getting old. Most of the guys in the 30s, with our fitness issue, you will be lucky to play still at 36, 37. All right. It's sad to see Hetmeyer slowly disappearing in West Indies cricket. He is flamboyant player to watch. I can only imagine what Papa Chander said to the after this to the what? I think he's saying team after the series. All right. Tej may not answer the phone. Oh, he's talking about the Shanda pause. Sports to the Bone. Tej have a weakness against spin bowling. In fact, the whole has a problem. I mean, every batsman going to have weakness still, you know. But you know, let us see. Men pelting for in the Pakistan T20. I haven't been watching it, so you know. Great show, Sports to the Bone. Always look forward to it. Then you know, see it, Kermit. This is why we say Sports to the Bone. You know, we go right down to the bone with everything. Me going off on a little preaching just now was just to remind people that the program and the show is all about the West Indies cricket and wanting to see West Indies cricket improve. Not only because of personal interest where people want to see people from their own space in the team. You understand? So sometimes you have to make people remember that the emotion is still there. It's not just about making videos and just uploading. We have to make people still understand that the fundamentals of the whole movement is still there. Loving the game, wanting to see the team improve. Tej will come good against India. Don't think he will want to fail again. I mean, nobody wants to fail again, but you know, as I said, he's hopefully will come good. As I said, he got a baptism of fire going up against Australia in his first series. So players are going to be inconsistent, especially playing at the international level. So hopefully he will come back around. Well, West Indies can play good overseas. I guess we have to be good enough to master our own conditions and then master overseas conditions. And even when we're playing at home, sometimes we are not, we don't show a lot of mastery in our own conditions. So, you know, that is how it is looking. But we think we're going to leave it right there. So for tonight, guys, over 2 hours and 10 minutes of talking. It was definitely good to touch base with all of the supporters once again. And, you know, really sad that it wasn't on a happy note where we were able to discuss a West Indies series victory or a West Indies victory in at least one of the games. So, you know, it was definitely a pleasure. I really look forward to coming on live and talking with you guys each Sunday. I appreciate the support as per usual. You know, the videos will keep coming. So just continue to support the platform, guys. And as I always say, you know, it doesn't matter what you see happening around you. The movement is here to stay. The movement is still here. And the fundamental reasons why we started the movement is still there. You understand? Doing YouTube, it's good to put videos out there and good to talk with people, but the fundamental reason why we do the program is still there. Wanting to see West Indies cricket improve and wanting to see passionate fans expressing themselves. So, this was a good show to remind us that the fundamental reasons of the why this platform started, you know, it's still there. You understand? So we're going to leave it right here for now, my peeps. Tomorrow we will definitely touch base again. Thank you guys for joining. Thank you guys for checking it out. Before the live show today, I actually uploaded 2 videos. So if you didn't get a chance to see those, you can just spend some time and take a look at them. Big up on yourself. I will touch base tomorrow.